All right, so today, as I explained last week, I had a fun toy to show you, but I didn't get to last week. This week, however, the weather is so nice, and so I get to show you. Here it is. This is my 1977 Kawasaki KZ400, and it's a motorcycle, not a car. Look at it, isn't it wonderful? And isn't my highlighter yellow helmet wonderful? Oh, yes, it is. I just recently got a motorcycle license because we've had this for a little while now. It's actually, when I say it's mine, it's actually my dad's. My granddad bought it in 1981, I believe. And yeah, it was a good little bike for them to just ride around and learn on. And then it sat and sat and sat. Since 1991, it has sat. Except now it is here in a parking spot. So clearly it runs, and runs it does, because one of my buddies happened to know how to work on small engines super well. So we gave it to him to kind of fix up and restore, and this was the result. It is perfect. It really is perfect. The only thing we had to do with it is put different carbs from a different bike on it. You can see here, and different filters, because we could not adapt the stock air box to the intake on the carb. But that didn't matter because the bike sounds awesome. It really does. It's still got the stock exhaust on it, muffler and everything, so it's not loud, but it sounds great. And yeah, so we've had this thing for a little over a year now, I want to say, and we, well, my dad has renewed his motorcycle license since he got it for some reason, even though we're not bike people. We're not bike people at all. I'm not a bike person. But this was my introduction into the bike life, and it is the thing making me learn about bikes. And I am enjoying it a lot, honestly. I love it. It's so much fun to get out and ride the bike. I don't really ride this thing outside of the neighborhood, which is, I mean, some would say that's boring. But in reality, that's all I need to do right now. Because, like I said, I just got my motorcycle license, so I'm still very much learning how to do these things. And, yeah. It's been a lot of fun to learn. It really has, and I'm going to keep learning and keep getting better at it. But here it is, the 1977 Kawasaki KZ400. It needs a few things. Let's talk about them. One, speedometer cable. It needs one of those. The speedometer doesn't function, which is really fun because, yeah, I kind of want that to work a lot. Tachometer works though. I just fixed that the other day myself. I'm the primary mechanic of this thing. I forgot to mention that. Basically the cable, you can see it there. It fell out and I just took the windshield off and screwed it back in. No biggie. Bikes are so easy to work on too. I swear, I've had the carburetors completely apart to clean them out myself. And this is coming from a guy who just slapped a cone intake on an Audi and called it a day. Which, I know, guys, that was a bad decision. It really, well, it was a poor decision, I'll admit. But at the time, I really did not care about that car anymore, because I was just like, it's a piece of trash. It's always in the shop. I don't care what happens. But anyways, that's besides the point, because this bike here is, it's dead reliable. The only thing to note on it is the motor really, really likes heat. So when it's cold, it runs terribly, but once it's warmed up, it runs flawlessly. And yeah, it's awesome. It really is. Another thing that it needs is if you turn on the turn signal, which I will do here to the left, you can see, maybe, let me turn the bike on first, that'd help. You do that. And you can see the light is just on. It is not blinking. And it does blink, it's supposed to. You can see that one clicking along. So yeah, I think I have a bad relay or something. That should be an easy fix. And yes, those are the problems with the bike. Other than that, it's very nice. Things we had to do to get this thing back on the road though. Like I said, the carburetors, those are brand new. Also, the shop that was originally fixing this thing must have hooked it up to like a jump box or something, or like a car to try and jump it to life. And in doing so, they fried all of the electronics. Pretty much, I think the only thing that was fine was just the like battery connections. I think everything else was completely fried. So my buddy had to rewire the entire bike basically. Yippee! But apparently that was not that big of a deal, and it got done. Let me turn the bike back off. There we go. And so that was another thing that had to get done. The oil needed to be changed because it's been sitting since '91. Obviously the oil needed to be changed. It's an air-cooled bike, so no coolant to change there. It's got drum brakes and disc brakes in front. I think the pads have been changed up front. I don't think anything was done to the drums. Brake fluid was done, gone through, stuff like that. And of course the fuel tank was cleaned out as well. So a fair amount of things to get fixed up to make this bike run again. Oh yeah, and we needed to put points and condenser on it because those failed shortly into owning the bike, which that was no big deal, and the bike runs great now. Also, it's been through some spark plugs too because we didn't know about the points and condenser issue until a little later, and we just assumed it was fouled plugs. Yippee. Anyways, guys, that is all the problems with the bike, and you can see that this thing is pretty clean too. Honestly, before we got it, the pictures before, well, the shop it was sitting at, it was sitting there for a while, as you can imagine, not having anything done to it. It was quite filthy. So filthy to the fact that I didn't know this thing was blue. I thought this was a black bike. And yeah, that should tell you how long it was sitting for. Yeah, I thought it was black at first. I really did. But yes. Oh, and obviously new tires. We got new tires, so yeah. But yes, guys, that's all the things that had to take place to get this thing back on the road. And it's been a very cool little bike. And yeah, I mean, I love this thing a lot, as I've said. I like the windshield a lot. The period correct windshield's very funny looking, and I love it. The exhaust is really good. I love the carburetors too, and the little filters on it. That's very cool. It sounds great, like I said. And this pouch here is the perfect size for a phone and wallet. So that means I can carry my license in that pouch, and it's happy. Don't you just love iPhone storage so much? Anyways, I really need to get a server or something set up. I really do, to store all my videos. Anyways, yeah, two things with riding the bike. One, it's not happening, and I'm sorry I can't do it right now, because I would. Two reasons for that, though. First of all, I don't have a mount that would work. I don't have a mount. I don't have a GoPro, and I don't think my phone mount would stay on here, since it's so much more curved than a car windshield. So I can't do it for that reason. Second of all, like I said, I'm very much still learning. So I can't provide a good experience for you guys because it'd just be me doing neighborhood speeds the whole time. So yeah, that's it. I'm sorry I can't take you for a ride, but I would if I could. One day it'll come when I get more comfortable riding this thing and I get some proper gear. Then I'll take you guys for a ride, because right now it's just the helmet and gloves. I'm way too nervous to go out without serious, like, actual gear. I'm too nervous to go out without that past the neighborhood. So I just stay in the neighborhood for now. But anyways, guys, if you know anything about these bikes, let me know. I know it's not the KZ400 because that one's really rare apparently. And I just want to learn more about this thing. So if you guys know something about it, tell me, because I'd love to hear it. And if I got any information wrong, please let me know. I just want to read all your comments anyway. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. And of course, guys, I will see you in the next video. Goodbye!